jars that you guys are going to be giving out this Monday. And we're going to be making cookie jars from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. And basically, we're really just opening up for you guys to be able to come and help and be a part of that. Man, it would make it so much easy and go by so much faster if there was a lot more hands. And I know some of you thinking right now, like, I got class, I got a job. But CJ, just to share, CJ's getting off of work at 3:30. He's like, you can have me from 3:30 to whenever we're done, I'll help with cookie jars. And so we're gonna have a sign-up sheet. And so basically on the sign-up sheet, you guys can just look and fill in the time that you're gonna be available. There's gonna be an example on there, you put your name. There's actually time slots where you would put your name, and then you would just put me, so-and-so, I'll be there from this time to this time. We're gonna be at the Heart Center, and on the sign-up sheet is the address is in Turlock. So I know for some of you in Merced that'll be a little hard track to make, but especially for those of you who are in Turlock or Modesto area, if you could come out, man, it'd be such a blessing, it'd be so amazing. Also, if you guys can make sure to put your phone numbers on there too on the sign-up sheet, just so that we can get in contact and confirm things with you. And so, like I said, if you can give 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, or if you can give your whole day, man, it would be such a blessing.
Where is the Harp Center?
But it's on the sign-up sheet, and it's at Harvest Christian Center, though. And so it is in Turlock, and so yeah. And then on the sign-up sheet, you guys can look at it.
So there will be like rides provided from like Merced to Turlock?
We haven't worked anything out like that yet, but if there's people who are interested, and there's like one person who's willing to drive and your time matches up, I would definitely say, hey, get together on that. And even if you could talk to someone today, and before you get a chance to sign up, just kind of ask around and see who's going or who's willing to go, that'd be awesome. And then also I just wanted to go over the delivery dates, specifically for those of you who are in Merced. Favor is going to be in Merced December 5th from 8:30 a.m. until basically all those cookie jars are gone. And so we really need you guys, those of you who are in Merced, to talk to Favor. She has a sign-up thing over there on the computer. Basically, you would go talk to her and let her know, hey, this is the time that I'll be able to pick up my cookie jars. She'll be here on campus. If you absolutely cannot, which I would encourage you, please try and figure out, make a way so that you can get those. If you can't, ask a friend or someone that you know and see if they can come and pick those up, and then you can get them from their house. But definitely try your best to make arrangements with Favor. Make sure you don't leave. If you're in Merced, do not leave before you talk to her about making sure you get your cookie jars. I mean, she's over there. And so that'll be Wednesday, December 5th. And then also just to encourage you guys, because there's no more gatherings specifically for Merced, like, don't make it uber impossible for you to be able to get your cookie jars. So you guys make sure you go and talk to her. And because you guys are on the Texas 50, I already know that you're more than faithful. I know she's faithful. But make sure you deliver your cookie jars. In the words of Vanessa, our Jesus is not flaky and you ain't either. So make sure you deliver your cookie jars. And another thing is, once you represent Chi Alpha and you represent the Global Hope Project, which are two great causes. You already know what Chi Alpha is doing on your campus, and you know what the Global Hope Project is doing in the nations right now. And so you just want to be a representative for Christ, ultimately, is what it comes down to. And Jesus, like I said, is not flaky, he's faithful. So make sure you deliver those. Also, we understand you guys have family and friends that are kind of, down south, up north. And so, but December 14th, you need to have, for those who are local, you have people here in the area, Merced, Modesto, Turlock, those are people who bought cookie jars from you, you need to deliver those to them by December 14th. By when?
December 14th.
Okay. And so the other ones, like I said, you guys maybe will take them home with you, give them to family members, give them as gifts, put them on your Christmas trees, but December 14th, if they're local. When?
December 14th.
If they're local.
Okay, so those are some updates on you guys. Daniel's gonna come up and share things.
Well, Daniel.
Hello, video people. I'm so stoked. Cookie making is quite a fun time. We just play music and goof off, and CJ was there last year. I actually got to know you pretty well. I didn't really know you before that. I remember we talked a lot that day. But it's a really good time. If you guys have like friends that you want to bring, if you know they're good workers, if you know the kind of people that are just going to like distract you and goof off more, don't bring them. But if you got some people you know that'll be fun to have around and they want to come, they're interested, I'm actually going to invite my brother, which would be awesome. If you guys know my brother,
He is funny.
He's amazing. I don't know if he'll be able to come. But yeah, feel free to bring people if you guys want. And again, anything will help, whether it's an hour, whether it's 10 hours, whatever it looks like. We'll be there all day, and it's gonna be a good time. So, you guys are a little bit interested in expeditions, I assume? Okay, so I've got some information about expeditions for the 2013. Still here. I don't know how light it is. Sorry, guys. Right here. Oh, it's narrow. Okay. So how many of you guys have been on expeditions with Chi Alpha before? Okay, good chunk of you. That's awesome. How many guys have not, but have a heart for it? Everybody else. Come on. Doesn't make you have to go this year, but if you have been on expeditions before, forget everything you know. Oh, what? Maxine's been on like 3 trips. Like, no! I know the system! So this is going to look a lot different this year. The trips are still going to be amazing. God's going to be praised in ways we've never seen. Just ask people that have been on trips before, and they'll start spitting some testimonies that are going to blow your mind, because like he's doing on your campuses, he's doing it abroad too. That's just a beautiful beautiful thing to be a part of that. So in that, we now have a different process. If you guys are familiar before, we used to do, we have like a big night where we announce all the trips, and then you pray about it, put you at the table, then we do what we call consultation. It's like an interview, and then from there you hear what team you're on, start the whole process. So in that, the whole thing's going to be flipped up a lot. It's something we've really prayed, really thought about, and it's something we're really excited about. So we're actually starting the whole thing with an application. And you guys at the Texas 50 are the first people to have the chance to receive that application. Period. You guys have the exclusivity in. You got like the pre-order, like you got it the day before the CD came out. You know, yeah. Tell all your friends. So we got those in that. If you're interested, of course, you can take one home, even if you're still just thinking about it. But the first meeting, you guys bring your pens out or your phones out, whatever you're going to keep notes with. And I was talking with Jamil. When I was a student, I used to take good notes. And one of my flaws as a student was I wouldn't transfer my calendar notes to my actual calendar, and so I'd forget dates. So learn from me in the past. If you take good notes and if you're writing down dates, make sure whatever calendar you look at, whether it's something in your room or on your phone or whatever, transfer that, because that'll be a lifesaver. That's just a little of my past and stuff that God's grown me from. Okay, so February 2nd, 2013, from 3 to 5 p.m. February 2nd, 2013, 3 to 5 p.m. I believe that's at the Chi Alpha House in Turlock. Yeah, so that'll be at the Chi Alpha House in Turlock. Sorry, you guys can't see your face right now. Yeah, so February 2nd, this is a mandatory meeting. We will be revealing all about expeditions. By that time, also your application will have to be in by that date. Not like I get my application, I turn it later. Like if you are going to come on a trip, your application has to be entirely filled out by that date, no exceptions. So that's what I'm saying when I'm saying forget what you guys know. It's going to look a lot different. But it's really gonna take us to a whole new level in expedition, so I'm really stoked about it. So again, we'll have those applications, we got them right here, but afterwards, make sure you grab them before you go. Then you have them in hand. They'll also be on the website, not our normal StanXA website, or if you have StanXA, Merced XA, Fresno XA, for Fresno people. It'll actually be on our other one. It's centralvalleyxa.com. If you guys can write that down, centralvalley.com or centralvalleyxa.com. And it'll be under the who, there's one link, there's 5 links on the side. One is who we are, talk about who we are as Central Valley Chi Alpha. And if you go down, the application will also be online there. So I also do want to read this thing very, very thoroughly, because you want all the details from that. There's some very important stuff that dates different things that you'll want to have locked in before you even come in. So I'm really, really stoked about it. Let's see, what else we got? Okay. So, examples of changes. How many of you guys have been on a elite missions training, or now we call expedition training? It's a good time. It builds you up so good. So we are now calling it boot camp. I'm pretty stoked about. For example, once you fill out your application, and you're already on one of the teams. Oh, by the way, did I mention the expedition Packets have potential places we may be going.
Did you just say that?
Okay, so maybe you will want to grab the application. Boot camp will actually be our first meeting. Which I am super stoked about. Okay, how many of you guys know boot camp or ET? It's difficult, but how unified and how on fire and full of vision do you come out of that with your team? Yes. So we decided instead of doing everything else and then wait till the end to do that, we're like, why not do it in the beginning? It's crazy because we haven't done it, but think about that. Right up front, we're going to just be in the trenches with each other, not literally in the trenches. I know we're using boot camp. But we're in the trenches with each other, and we're going to be coming out unified, full of vision for our country, unified as a team, excited, support one another. So I'm really stoked. That's just one of the changes coming up. So super, 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 super excited. Man, okay. It's okay. What do you guys need to pick up before you go?
Application.
And what are you going to do when you get those applications? I heard that. Read thoroughly and fill it out. Okay. Emphasize on the read thoroughly, because again, there are important details. If you miss those details, it may mean that you don't go on the trip. So it's a good thing, but I mean, you can obviously share with each other and ask questions of each other, and feel free to ask questions of us about that. Does that all make sense? I know a lot of changes, but I'm really, really stoked about it. Cool. See, you got it on the calendar. Hold your phone up. It's now on our calendar. Set a reminder. If you got Siri, show her. If you got Ziggy, tell Ziggy. That's the off-brand Siri, right? Right, Joseph? Moving Sandies. All right. So, are we doing AG? Are you going to tackle that?
No, Jeff.
Jasmine, for the AG. Gotta explain AG.
Yeah, maybe not.
Oh.
Okay.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
We just had a little bit of changes. Let's just talk about Assemblies of God, kind of who we are. We're going to come back to that later. You guys don't know we are with Assemblies of God. We are Pi Alpha. We're under the umbrella, what I like to call Assemblies of God. We're like, if you got the body, we're like an extension, not like a replacement of the church, but we're like a hand of the church, where we obviously minister specifically to college students. And so Assemblies of God is the covering. We are in itself a cross-denominational movement. As you guys know, you guys are literally from all sorts of different backgrounds, which is a beautiful thing. My wife is Baptist. I came from non-denominational. Got people that are charismatic. Got people that are Assemblies of God. Got people all over. So we're a cross-denominational movement, but under the umbrella, under the covering of Assemblies of God. And that's all detail I know, and Jeremy can go into a lot more detail and really explain that very well. I just want to kind of cover that. So as you guys hear Assemblies of God popping up more, and that'll be through what World Mission Summit, all these kind of things. If you hear that, that's who we are. That's what we're underneath. And we'd love to answer more questions if you got any more questions. But just so you're like, what's this stuff? I've never heard of this. Other than that, got the testimonies, which I think they're finishing up counting still. So, what do we do now?
Questions?
Yeah, questions. There you go.
So when we are making cookie jars, are there going to be samples of these cookies?
That's a good question. That's a good question. So the question was, if you guys didn't hear on the video, when we're making cookies, will there be samples of the cookies? No. But I can testify that all the ingredients to make the cookies will be present.
Who wants to eat flour?
Any other questions?
This imminent is definitely special.
Ooh, you guys can. Oh, okay.
So, boot camp is the same day as the meeting then?
That will be in the application.
Okay.
Specifically the dates and everything for that. And so again, as you're applying, again, read that thoroughly, check those dates, because you're going to want to have those things locked in even before you come to the informational meeting.
Okay.
Any other questions?
When do you know we got like accepted?
Do we have the dates on that yet?
For what?
When do we know if we're accepted for
Mission.
Alright, Jamil's gonna come out. Welcome, Jamil, everybody.
So there's a lot of questions. People are like, if I show up to the informational meeting, does that mean I'm going to boot camp? What's going on? Okay, here's the difference. When you fill out this application page, it has all the details and everything, but at the informational meeting is when you actually submit the application. Then from there, it will be reviewed. And then if you are accepted on an expedition team, then the first team training will actually be boot camp. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, like that word. Yeah. So, it's just, we've just been asking Laura, okay, Laura, like, what's the most way we can be effective and actually equip every single person to go overseas, and this is the way we did it. So, any other questions regarding this? Okay. I think maybe past time, we've kind of passed these out, and then kind of start reviewing, so. Hey, just raise your hand if you want an application.
You guys want an application? And again, I'm gonna ask the question, where are they online?
Central USA. About us down, scroll the page, there it is.
You got it. Who you got it? You got it. Yeah, so if anybody has questions, or anybody, even outside this meeting, we're gonna talk about tonight. You can jump on there. So many questions now. Look at this.
Only Jamil was getting over the front row.
Hang on, hang on.
Only Jamil can erase it against the phone raised because of all the blood you were in. There is. I'm not thinking Daddy's I know. I do like them on your daddy.